So, good evening, everyone. Please let me know if I'm visible and audible. I'm extremely sorry. I just finished off a class. I will try and not to be late again. I had a class. I finished off just 30 seconds ago. So, shall we start? Everybody ready? And please let me know who all are there. May I know who all are there? Who else is attending this session? Okay. Hi, Ida. Good to see you here. So, without much delay, I'll start the session. Good evening, everyone. I'm Siddhi Bangard. I did my MBA in HR from XLRI. This is the Telegram group. I'm guessing you're already a part of Kavilan's Telegram group. And this is my Unacademy profile link, so you can go and check out about me there. Good evening, Meghna. Good evening, Naveen. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm extremely sorry. I just finished a session 30 seconds ago and I'm here. But I promise we'll make most of the session. All right. So let's start. Guys, if you actually want to refer to grammar for your TANCET thing, you can go and refer to the prepositions and the subject verb agreement and the basic grammar sessions, the 3 sessions from my Unacademy course on grammar. It will be really helpful for you because I checked out your questions. The grammar questions in TANCET are extremely easy, and especially the prepositions part. So that will actually define our strategy in the coming days. By the way, Ira, Meghna and Naveen, I wanted to ask you something. So which are the colleges you are targeting? Because I saw that Anna University and the college in Coimbatore, the PDG college in Coimbatore is, sorry, PGF or PDG college in Coimbatore is actually very famous, if I'm not wrong. And the cutoff for Anna University is actually quite high, around 65 marks or something, at least for the last year. So which colleges are you guys targeting? Anybody wants to go to Anna University? Which colleges are you targeting? So based on that, I can closely monitor your performance, and I can track each one of yours performance and I can help you get there, because VARC is 60% of your paper and it's quite easy. So you are looking for PSG Coimbatore. All right. What about Meghna and Ira? Coimbatore has a cutoff around 55, right? If I'm not wrong. So 55 marks. See, I can promise you 20 marks, at least 18 to 19 marks in the grammar section. The grammar section is very easy, very doable. That's why we are starting first with it, so that at least we can capture 15-20 marks there. And Kabilan teaches you quant, so I'm expecting you can get another 20 there. And then the rest 20 we can manage from the business analysis and the VARC part. Right? So guys, you'll need to tell me. Meghna, Ira, any idea where you guys want to go? That will make it easier for your teacher to actually guide you all the way through there. Right? 55, 60, right? Okay. So today, starting with the easier part of your paper, which is the last 20 questions, where you have 10 questions of grammar, 5 questions based on prepositions, and another 5 based on vocabulary. So I decided that let's attack the easiest part first, and then we'll move on to the RC part. So for the coming 3-4 sessions, we'll focus on error identification, prepositions, and vocabulary. Then the next 4 sessions, 5 sessions, we will focus on business analysis and RC. And once we are done with our course, at least the concept building part is done, then I will take regular mock tests and I will follow up with your performance. So I already have an Excel sheet for my testnet batches, wherein I follow their mock test course so that I can tell them on which areas they need to work. So I will do a similar thing with you, so that we can actually score that good score, and you don't even have to rely on quant. You can score 40-45 marks directly in English and make your way through the best colleges that are provided by TANCET. So all good. Meghna wants to go to Anna University. Okay, so 60 marks are not very far. Be with me, and if you have any doubts, if you have any problems, please feel free to address them to me. So all good, shall we start? So today we'll do three things. We'll do some questions on prepositions. We will do some questions on error identification, mostly the tenses based error identification. There are a lot of error identification questions. They can be on subject verb agreement, they can be on pronoun errors, they can be on adjectives, they can be on conjunction pairs. So we'll do each of them separately so that there's no confusion. And we'll do around 20 questions on vocabulary, because those 5 marks there in the vocabulary section, they are the easiest to get and yet the hardest to fathom. Why? Because if you don't know it, then you lose marks. But the vocabulary part is very easy in TANCET. So if we kind of reach a level where the vocabulary asked in TANCET says of level 1, and if we make our vocabulary of level 2, we will be easily able to score those 5 marks. We shouldn't be losing any marks if you really want to get into Anna University, or if you really want to top the TANCET exam, right? So beginning with that, first things first, we have a value offering for the students when it comes to VARC or Quant or LR. Don't go by the CAT thing. It's for all the MBA programs. That we have one thing called Iconic and another thing called Plus. Plus is a normal class like this happens on the Unacademy website, but all the courses are available to you. Otherwise, only the special classes is something that you can watch there. Iconic, on the other hand, is very, very special, because here the best of the best people will be mentoring you throughout your entire MBA preparation, right? To get into the MBA colleges, what you need to do, how you need to study, how many hours you need to study, what parts, what books do you need to study. They will track your progress, and they will be completely, they will all the time be in touch with you. And all these people are from very good MBA schools. So this is the Iconic subscription. The fee for Plus is 12 months is 1750, 500, and for 12 months is 30,000. However, if you use my code SBUS, you get a 10% off on these subscriptions. So these are some new courses that we are starting on 18th, 19th and 22nd January for the various MBA programs. And we are also having an Unacademy Champions League. I feel that you can be a part of this, because the more questions you do, the better it is. It happens on alternate Sundays. So 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. you can do it. Moving ahead, I'll be starting with the questions. All right. So yes, you can continue with this test series, because the TANCET and the TestNet are extremely similar. All right. Just the vocab level in TestNet is a little higher. Otherwise, the exam is entirely similar. In fact, the passage level in TANCET is a little bit higher than the TestNet wala thing. So it will be beneficial to you. Okay. So you have 1.5 minutes each of these 3 sentences. All right. So you have 1.5 minutes to figure out which option will fill in the prepositions appropriately in these sentences. Extremely easy, and your time starts now. Okay, time's up. I have 4-5 answers here. Let's take a look at them. So the correct answer will be based on what prepositions you should use after certain words. See, prepositions, there's no rule around prepositions. The thing with prepositions is each word has its own preposition following it, right? So how do you actually know that which preposition to use after which word, because then it will be too difficult. So the thing is, for certain words I will tell you, and eventually when we do the exercises it will become more intuitive. The more number of questions we do, the more intuitive it becomes that with which word what kind of preposition you are supposed to use. All right, so I'll be doing around 10 to 15 words with you today, and then eventually as we progress I'll give you a list of some 50-60 words around which prepositions are there, which should be good enough, actually very good enough for the exam that you're supposed to clear, so that 5 marks that are there directly on prepositions based questions, we are not losing any marks there. All right, so let's just check it. You don't need to retract your answers. All right, let's take a look. If you don't know the meaning of any word, you should refer. Refer is a verb. It is followed by to, the preposition to. You need to refer to something. You don't refer with something. You don't refer from something, because from means separation and referring with means siding with something. Two things are together, then you use with. But referring to here means you actually look into something. So refer to, that means either it could be option number B or it could be option number C. Although she has no interest in writing. All right, in, so again in is in both options, so we still can't decide. She decided. So you have interest in something. Three things we have here: refer to, interest in, and the third is I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament, as he has always been keen on politics. You are not keen for politics, right? Keen on means you are keen about something. I'm sorry. Keen on means you are keen about something. So you are actually keen on something. It is always followed by the preposition on. The word keen is always followed by the preposition on. So three things here: to, in, and on. So option number C is correct. Meghna and Ajit, very good. Both of them got it correct. Ira and Mansi and M, whoever you are you clear? And the engineer vlogger, what is your name? Are you clear? Everybody clear here with the prepositions? Okay, moving on to the next question. You again have 1.5 minutes. Select the option ABC based on filling the appropriate word from the options given below. Your time starts now. And it is my sincere request, everybody who's watching this session, please participate and answer. If you have a problem, ask, but answer. Because if you're not answering, I will never be able to know what's wrong. Or otherwise, I'll have to start, noting down the marks of everybody. I'll start taking the test and I'll start marking you, and then I'll start showing it in the group so that everybody knows what's their position in the class. All right, Supriyo. Thank you. Hello, Bhumika. Very good. I'm getting a lot of answers. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Everybody says option number D. All right. Your voice is identical. Again, refer, identical. Both are followed with the preposition to. So, identical to hers. All right. When you are comparing something, you use the preposition to. Here you are saying somebody's voice is identical to somebody else. That means you are comparing things. So, you will use the preposition to. She's capable of. You are capable of. So, capable is always followed by of. And I'm certain about. Certain. The surety, this is a verb. You are always certain about something. You are not certain over something. You are not certain with something. You are always certain about something. Alright. So, too often about. Option number D. Is that clear? Everybody? Guys, you will have to keep writing them down. So, as I had repeated yesterday, as I had told you yesterday, please keep a small handbook with you. Keep making the small notes. They will be very helpful when you go and give the exam. And then I can assure you, you will get into Anna University even if you don't want to get an admission there. You will clear the cutoff with such high marks that you will eventually be there. Alright? Okay. Moving on. Let's start with the vocabulary part. The vocabulary that I'm doing with you is slightly a level above TANCET, so that when there is any vocabulary question in TANCET, we are able to do it. The vocabulary level of TANCET is not very high and is easily doable, so that 5 marks are easily scorable. Alright. So, I'll give you 1.5 minutes and I want answer in the format 7- and 8-. Akshay and Harish and Supriyo. Everybody clear? Ajit, are you able to follow me? If you have any difficulty, stop me and ask me. Bhumika, you can join us after the vocabulary part. Some of the vocabulary part you've already done. So there are 20 questions of vocabulary, post which we'll be doing the grammar. You can join me again for the grammar part. Very good, Ira. Harish, the best way to do vocabulary is get the previous year's questions of TANCET, at least 10 years, and other exams if you can find. All right, Bhumika. Other exams which are close by to TANCET, for example, MAHCET or Maharashtra Common Entrance Examination or TISNET, right? So then you can get the previous year's papers and you can solve the vocabulary questions from there. Most of these questions are recycled, so that will be a lot of help. Not always, but for some, yes. And wherever they are, Ajit, I will let you know. But since we are just starting off, so I would suggest that right now you know, for 2 or 3 sessions, have some patience. After 2 or 3 sessions, when we have done enough vocabulary, you'll start picking up the words on your own. All right? It's okay, Harish. We'll do it. Don't worry. So, option number 7 is C and option number 8 is also C. So, Odyssey. Odyssey is actually a Greek word, which means when you wish somebody a happy journey, somebody has had an exciting journey full of ups and downs, full of adventures. For example, you remember your summer vacations, that's an Odyssey. All right. Usually, the word is used with the word space Odysseys, because obviously there is nothing more exciting than going on a space journey. So, Odyssey here means journey and not travelogues. Exaltation, on the other hand, means when you praise somebody. And rave means that you are out of your mind, you are delirious. So people who consume drugs or alcohol, they actually lose a sense of where they are or what they are doing. So they are said to be in a condition of delirium or rave. In fact, it's called ecstasy. Another word for rave is ecstasy, where you are just very happy, very excited, very euphoric, but you're not completely in your senses. And travelogue is a book which is written about your travels. Ablution. All right. Ablution means the word is often used with morning ablutions. I've done my morning ablutions. That means I've cleaned myself, I've freshened up, and now I'm ready to go out. So ablution means cleansing. All right. Opposite of ablution is besmirch. Whereas ablution means cleansing, besmirching means when you defame someone, when you defile someone, when you try to screw up the reputation of someone, muddy somebody's reputation, that's called besmirching. So ablution, and the opposite is also vomit. Now, so we learnt actually 2-3 words here. We learnt rave, which means ecstasy. That's why I asked you to keep a handbook with you. We learnt the word Odyssey, which means exciting journey. We learned the word ablution, which means cleansing. Okay, and the last one we learnt is besmirch. When you smirk at somebody, right, there is another word called smirk, S-M-I-R-K. Smirking means you are laughing at somebody, mocking at somebody. So if you can see, we still have something like smur here. Besmirk means you are defaming somebody, you are muddying their reputation. So there are 4 words that we did in the 2 words. Moving on. Next question, question number 9 and 10. An easier way to learn vocabulary is to understand the usage of the word or to be familiar with the phrases where these words are used. So this will make it easier for you to remember them. All right. And maybe in the coming sessions, I'll give you some small puzzles so that it will make you, it will be a fun way to learn vocabulary. The time starts now. Harish and Ajit, all good? So Meghna, very good. You're really good with vocab. Supriyo, very good. Both answers correct. Ira, 1 correct or 1 incorrect. All right. Harish, even if you don't know the answer, all right, it will happen a lot of times. Still, please do answer. Because when you make the mistakes, you'll realize where you're making mistakes so that you'll remember the next time. But if you don't answer, you will never remember. All right. Now, after question number 10, we'll do some grammar questions first, finding errors, and then we'll come back to the vocab part. All right. All right. Mansi, keep answering. Don't fear that, something will be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It is good to be wrong. Okay. Discussing question number 9 and 10. I've got 2 answers only out of 12 people. Okay, 4 answers. Anybody else wants to answer? Let's check this out. Edu. You bid edu. So all of you, I'm guessing since you're going for your PG, you must have already done your graduation. Everybody knows about the farewell. So when you bid edu, you're bidding farewell. Edu means farewell. When you're leaving from some place, they bid adieu to you. So that's called farewell. Infinitesimal, as the name suggests, IN for infinitesimal and IN for insignificant. So something which is infinitesimal is insignificant or extremely small to be considered of any significance. So the good way to remember it is, the word finite means it is something that you can touch and feel. But when I put an infinitesimal, alright, I put a simile here, I put an in here, that means something which used to be tangible and finite is now something so small that it is almost negligible or insignificant. Alright, so option number A. The correct answer is option number D and A. Alright, so Meghna got this correct, Harish got one correct, Naveen got both correct, Ira got both incorrect, Supriyo got one correct, and Mansi got one correct. So good guys, great going. So shall we move to some grammar questions just to make it a little bit more interesting? Because I'm figuring out vocab doesn't interest my class really much. We'll come back to it. So I have some good grammar questions. Again, some more preposition questions for you. These are some interesting preposition questions. All right. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Answer me in the sequence. Say if the answer for 26 is 1. So you can answer me in the number sequence or you can write the words themselves. I'll see you at, so 26 dash 27 dash and so on in one line. You can skip the question numbers and directly put the words here. I will figure it out. So time starts now. You have 2 minutes to do this. If you can't read question number 31, please let me know. For some people, question number 31 might not be visible, so please let me know if it is not visible. Last 45 seconds. Very good. A lot of people answering. Very good, very good, very good. Brilliant. Okay, last 10 seconds. Quickly, quickly. Mansi, it is 7 and 5, right? 2, 6, 7, 5, 3, 10. Right? Alright, time's up. Let me discuss this. So all those who answered, very good. All those who are not answering, I'm expecting that when I start showing you your quiz marks, you start answering. Because I need my students to participate. I can't see my students failing. Alright, I'll see you at Christmas. Alright, when we are talking about a particular day, a particular occasion, we use the word at and not on. Alright? Okay. So, Mansi is correct. Meghna, 26th is at. I'll see you in Christmas. No, I'll see you at Christmas. When you're talking about a single occasion, a single day of holiday, alright, when there is a single day of holiday, you use the word at. This is a special case for at. So, most of you have got this correct. This is at. Supriyo and Meghna, please make that correction. And Harish and Mansi, very good. Naveen, you also make this correction. Put the books on the table, alright? It will not be over the table. You will put the books on the table. I'm guessing everybody got this correct. So this is here. I haven't seen you. Now this has a catch. It can be both in and it can be both for. It can be both these options. Both are correct. In British English, it should be in. Alright, sorry. In American English, it is in. And in British English, it is for. So, if the British say that they haven't seen you for ages, it is correct. Americans will say, I haven't seen you in ages. Both are correct. Alright. So, 28, the answer is not over. The answer is either in or for. I don't know why everybody has given me the answer over. No, I haven't seen you over ages. No, I haven't seen you in ages. I haven't seen you for ages. Alright, this is the only correct answer because you cannot go over the age. You can have a bridge over the river, but you cannot have something over the age. Alright, 29th. I like this house by the river. Most of you have answered it correctly. Ira says into the river. Ira, where are you building your house? Somewhere down the river? No, you're building your house at the side of a river, right? So it could be beside the river or by the river, but not into the river. Now, there is an interesting thing that we need to remember about into and in. In and into. When to use in and when to use into. For example, I will not say I'm shouting in your ear. No, I will say I'm shouting into your ear. Or the lion is going into his den. When there is a motion, when there is an activity happening, alright, and you're entering something, then you use the word into. Into is there to show motion. The verb is in action. In is used to show static things. There is a spider in my room. Like this question here. There is a spider in my room. Now, if I want to use into, I will say, there is a spider going into my room. Not going in my room. Going into my room because the spider is still moving. Okay? Now, last. Death Valley is 56 meters below sea level. Most of you got this correct. It's option number 10, below. Alright. So, everybody clear till now? Any doubts, any confusions? I haven't seen you in or for ages, not over ages. Please remember that. Don't make a mistake. These are the easiest uses of prepositions. If anybody has a doubt, please let me know. Put it on the chat. Okay? Alright. Now, I'll give you another 3 minutes. I'll give you proper 3 minutes. Or you want to do it one by one? No, I'll give you 3 minutes. Answer me question number 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 and 37. All in one line. Just write the letter. Alright, where you find an error. Which option do you find an error? There might be questions which have no error, then mark option number D. Your 3 minutes start now. Meghna, Mansi, Ida, Supriyo, Harish, Naveen. Is everybody clear? And all the others who are watching and not answering, everybody all okay? You know guys, you are my first class where more number of people are watching and less number of people are answering. In most of the classes, almost everybody who's watching answers. So please start answering. All right. These are very, very easy questions. And why am I not teaching you directly and making you do the questions? Because it is easier to understand through questions than to just telling you the theory. Because theory classes will get eternally boring. I've tried that on a plus course. The better way to learn is to keep doing the questions and seeing what is not working. I will explain you the theory behind whatever questions we do, and we'll cover everything. So you need not worry. 1.5 minutes over. Next 1.5 minutes. Meghna and Ira and Mansi. Are you guys clear? All right, Mansi has already answered. She's busy doing the questions. Great. Last 45 seconds. All right, very good. Time's up. So, okay. Mansi, first of all, brilliant. Very good. All your answers are correct. It is BCB and BCB. So, give a pat on your back. Brilliant. All right. So, in the next session, we are going to have a quiz about what we did in this session. So, please be prepared. Meghna also got this correct. Bhumika got this correct. The others who have got some of them wrong, let's just check the answers. He was quite amused. Here, all these error questions are based on tenses. Alright. Here it is the past tense. He was. Then you can't have a present continuous tense here. Quite amusing. You did something in past. How can you be amusing right now? It can't happen. It's not logically possible. So it has to be amused. So option number B. He has been working here for sometimes. Sometimes is different than sometimes. Okay? So he has been working here for some time. Or because when you say sometimes, sometimes means infrequently, but sometimes he does work here. Alright? Maybe twice a week, thrice a week. So sometimes indicates frequency, and he has been working here for some time indicates time. So there are two different things. sometime, 3 actually, sometime and sometimes. All right. So sometimes and sometimes, these are essentially the same thing, which means that frequency, which indicate the frequency of the action. Sometimes it happens, sometimes I go outside. So these indicate frequency. And sometime, it indicates time, the amount of time. All right. So he has been working here for some time. That means maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of months. So option number C. All right. Now, coming back, after a few minutes, I looked up. Because, why looked? Because here it is saw. This is in past tense. So, it will be looked up. You cannot have present and past existing together. So, this will also be in past tense, that it was getting dark. And again, you have a past tense here. So, the main verb is in the past tense. So, the other verbs will also be in the past tense. So, again, option number B. Now, question number 35. I saw the blind man, happening in past tense, crossing the busy road without any help. So, you saw the blind man sometime back, he was crossing. All right. Crossing the busy road without any help. He stopped to see if he could. Now, with words like could and did, you use the present tense. You again do not use the past tense. So, for example, you will not say I didn't knew. Knew is a past tense of know. You will say I didn't know. You will always use the present tense with verbs like could and did. They are also called auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. So it will be picked. He stopped to see if he could pick up the trail. All right. So pick here. So option number C again. And finally for question number 37, I decided to. Now here you have a to. So there is a verb form called infinitive. Infinitive verb form means to plus the verb. All right. So this will be in simple present. So here you already have a to. So to plus the verb climb. Climb should be in simple present. In infinitive, you have to plus the verb in simple present. So I decided to climb to the top of the hill. All right. Not climb to the top. So option number B again. So the correct answer is B, C, B and B, C, B. Everybody clear up till now? Harish and Supriyo, all clear? Okay, let's move on to a couple of more questions from the house of prepositions, and your time starts now. All very, very easy questions. .5 minutes. I want the answer in the format 38, 39 and 40. Last 30 seconds. All right. Okay, Supriyo. Now are you clear? Okay, there is Ashlesh. He already answered. Very good. You could have simply written the letters. Don't trouble yourself. Okay, time's up. I have got some answers here. Okay. Sorry, what's happening? Okay. Yeah, we are back here. It is surprising indeed that he has access to. You have access to something. All right. So refer, access, and what was another word that has to? When you are comparing, identical. Identical, refer, access, all have the preposition to after them. The trouble originated in, about a petty quarrel, no. Originated, something originates in something. For example, okay, zero originated in India, alright. You wouldn't say zero originated about India, zero originated to India, zero originated beside India, in India. So, in. Alright, originated is followed by in, and it is due to the lethargy that the plan fell through. Something, when something falls through, alright, that means something has collapsed or failed. Alright, so you don't fall away, you don't fall apart, you fell through, you fall through. When you fall through something, that means something has collapsed. So Harish got this correct. Harish got this correct, and who else got this correct? I'm guessing only Harish and Bhumika both got it correct. Very good. Now, there is one thing which is called fell through. Another thing is fall apart. So, very common usage of this phrase is their marriage fall apart or their marriage fell apart. So when we say that somebody's marriage has fallen apart, it means that the marriage has broken up. When something falls apart, it means something has broken. And when something falls through, it means that something has collapsed or something has failed. Alright? So fallen apart. Okay, let's come to the next ones. Your time starts now. Again, you have 1.5 to 2 minutes, 41, 42 and 43. I'll leave you by 10-15 max. Okay, time's up. Last 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Okay. Time's up here. Now let's discuss this one. Everybody got the 43rd part wrong. We'll discuss why. He felt very much grateful to. You feel grateful to somebody. All right? To. Every one of us will have to you atone for. Atone means you repent, you make amends, you actually, do your part to reclaim a situation. So, atone for. Option number B. So, A and B part is correct for most of you. Harish, it is for. You don't atone off, you atone for. Because you are doing something for something. Alright, there is a reason. So, whenever there is a reason, it is for. Alright, it is not off. Off means belongs to somebody, for means you have a reason to do something. Here, it is option number A, with. So, the correct preposition which follows dispensed is with. Your services are hereby dispensed with. Dispensed means no longer required. Alright, dispensing somebody means you have let them go, you no longer require their services, so you dispense with. Alright, option number A. So, none of you gave me 43rd as the correct answer, but these are the small things that we need to remember. So, dispensed is always followed with the preposition with. Okay, moving ahead, let's come to question number 44, 45 and 46. Your time starts now. If anybody has any doubts, any confusions, any problems, please stop me and ask me. Mansi, there will be a lot of times when this doesn't sound right. For example, a tone off sounds much, sounds better. In fact, you'll be thrilled to know that it is not cope up. It is cope with. You cope with something. Alright, you don't cope up something. We say na cope up, cope up. Cope up is wrong. You cope with. So that is the reason we are doing prepositions. Alright? Okay? That is the reason, Mansi, I actually put it there because there are certain exceptions. You dispense with somebody's services. Why? Because up till now, the services with were you. Now you have dispensed with them. That means you have given them away. Alright? So, this is here. Anybody else wants to answer? Okay, so I have a couple of answers here. Let's see. So, off and about, both are okay for question number 7. Alright, you subscribe to something and okay, let's look at this. He complains of and about. Complain and he complains of a headache. He complains of high prices. He complains of his school. He complains about his school. So, of and about. Both are relevant prepositions here. Complain of and complain about. So, of will be here, not over. Which magazine do you subscribe to? You subscribe to a magazine. Alright, identical to, refer to. So similarly, you subscribe to a magazine. We must not carp at, or we must not carp about. Carping is again nothing but complaining. So you carp at something, or you carp about something. When you carp at something means you're carping at a person or thing. Sorry, you're carping about a thing. When you carp about someone, then it's a person. So carping at things and carping about things. Alright. So carp can be followed by both of them. Carp about or at. Carp also means complain. Sorry Mansi, where? Office coming twice? Office only coming once. These days everybody complains of high prices of commodities. So that's not a problem. That's completely okay. Because this is related to prices of. The second preposition is related to prices. The first of is related to complaints. Is that okay, Mansi? So the correct answer here is option number B, option number C, and option number C, BCC, not DCC. Mansi, is it clear? Okay. Next question, the last 4 in the series of prepositions questions. The first of was for complaints and the second one was for prices. Prices is also followed by of. Alright, these days the prices of everything are rising. The price of bravery is death. So price will always be followed by of. Your time starts now. You will have 1.5 to 2 minutes to answer question number 47, 48 and 49. Last 10 seconds. Alright, time's up. Let's discuss this. A preface is to a book, not of a book. A preface to a book because it will be coming before the book even starts. So preface is to a book. Option number B. Alright, it's not C. A preface is not of a book. A preface is to a book. Ramesh is on holiday. He is still on holiday. So he will or he is spending. Alright. Ramesh is on holiday and he is spending. He will not have been spending. Why? Because he's not doing something in future. He's doing it right now. So present continuous will be here. Alright. He is spending. There were speculations before these events which ultimately All right. This will be led by culminated. Option number D. Why option number D and not any other option? Anybody read led? Okay. See, read the sentence and put led here. A lot of you people have said that which led. If it was led would have been followed by the preposition to. Something leads to. It led to the formation of a republic, right? But here the preposition is in. So led cannot be the answer. Warranted is followed by the preposition to. Warranted to. Bought is followed by preposition in, to, and a lot of other things. So bought of also. Mansi, actually, I really don't have an answer to that. Because this is the way the language has been defined. As I told you, there is a list of around 150 words in which they have actually given you which preposition should follow which one. So preface is not of a book. In fact, you don't say introduction of a book. You say introduction to a book. You give introduction to people. You introduce people to something. You don't introduce people of something. So even when you are using this word, you're using it incorrectly. You don't say introduction of a book. You say introduction to a book. I will introduce myself to you. It'll bring in some more clarity. I will introduce myself to you. Do you say I will introduce myself of you? Right? So is it clear now? You introduce yourself to someone. So a preface is to a book. Is it more clear now? All right. Now, the last one, culminated. Culminated means something reaching its final conclusion. All right. So the best word here is culminated, because we are also talking about the word ultimately. All right, just take a look at this. Ultimately means finally something has happened, and culminated means the final effort of something leading into something fruitful. So culminated, which ultimately culminated in, and culminated is a word which is followed by the preposition in. Led is a word which is followed by the preposition to. So option A cannot be your answer any which ways. Is that okay? Everybody good? All right. Last question, 45 seconds. This one is a trap, so be careful. And only Mansi has problems. Nobody else has any doubt anywhere. All right, time's up. Last 10 seconds. Bhumika, I wasn't expecting you to do it incorrectly, because we have done this question in the class. That means up till now, whoever has answered me has given me the wrong answer. All right. Let's just discuss it. See, comprises in itself means that, of is there. You cannot have comprising something or consisting something without an of so and so things. So of is actually a given already. That is why in grammatically correct English we say this book comprises 5 sections. All right. You don't use the preposition of. The correct answer is option number B. Don't ask me why. Because there are certain words which are not followed by prepositions. And the list of those words I will be giving you in the next session. When we'll do the exercises, I will tell you certain cases where prepositions are omitted. No bhumika, no C, no D, nothing. The book comprises 5 sections, that's it. But if it was consist, then consist would be followed by of. The book consists of 5 sections. But when you're using the word comprises, comprises is not followed by the preposition of. Alright? So I will be giving you a list of words which are not followed by any preposition. So the book comprises 5 sections. The class comprises 10 girls. Is that okay? So this is actually an exceptional rule where you omit certain prepositions. Everybody good? So I had 50 questions for you today. We are done with the grammar part. Alright, so we'll be going back to our vocab section. Still interested in doing vocab for the next 10 minutes? Everybody? Let's start from the last part of the vocab. You'll find it interesting. Alright, I'll give you 1.5 minutes. If you know the meaning, good enough. If you don't know it, now you'll know. Alright, so your time starts now. And by the way, you guys have a test in the next TANCET session, which is happening on Monday. So you have Saturday and Sunday to revise whatever we have done in the past 2 sessions. Yes, Ashlesh. Consist will be followed by of, but comprises is not followed by of. And I can't help it because that is how the British use it. And I'm an Indian. We really don't have any say in how English should be used. In fact, we don't have any say in how Hindi also should be used. So we really can't do much about it. Last 45 seconds. We'll end the class by 10:30. I will share the PDFs with you for the TANCET quiz 1 and this one, and revise it, understand the rules, understand the questions, because Monday we are having TANCET quiz 2 based on what we have learned up till now. All right, time's up. Akhilesh, it's not colorful. Palliative is not related to palette. All right, palette means colorful. All right, something comprising of colors. So it's actually B and B. All right, option number B and B. Most of you have got one correct. Now let's take a look at this. Onerous. There are 2 words. One is onus. Onus means responsibility, which is not here. Onus means responsibility. So sometimes we say the onus is now on the youth to take India forward. That means it's now the youth's responsibility. Onerous means, onerous on the other hand means burdensome. For example, studying VARC is an onerous task. It's a burdensome task. I'm not really enjoying the class, right? That's what you can say to yourself. Palliative, on the other hand, palliative is mostly used with giving care to patients when we want to reduce their pain. Especially and significantly used in the case of patients with cancer, because their body starts giving them a lot of pain. So they are put on opium or morphine, which actually keeps you in a delirious state. So it actually reduces your pain. So palliative care means care given to a patient or to an ill person to reduce their pain. All right. Panache, on the other hand, means somebody who's extremely fashionable or very flamboyant. Right? So these people are who like to show off, very showy. That's panache. All right. Guys, we still want to do the questions or are we done? All right. So what I'll do is I'll end this session here and I'll see you guys on Monday now. We have done close to 30-40 questions today and I'm sensing my class wants to run away. So I won't hold you long now. All right. So good night everyone. Thank you and I'll see you on Monday 9 p.m. All right. Monday we'll have another quiz. So thank you and good night. If you have any queries, any clarifications, please post it in the group. I'll take it over from there.